Hey, hello and good evening to you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic because it's another Saturday with great
Yeah,
campaigns. And
indeed.
we have quite the dust up here today, I believe, right? We got scenario number 6, the Battle of Nashville. Bum, bum, bum. The high water mark for Hood? Question mark? Maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I got a question mark that.
That's right. Big asterisk there. Uh,
Yeah, we finally have a set piece battle for those who've been waiting for that. I think that's what we're gonna have tonight.
it does look that way, and I was just looking over as we do, kind of looking over the map and the pieces and how we are pushing our virtual cardboard pieces around and trying to figure out what I'm going to do because yeah, set piece battles are tricky because you have finite amount of currency and when everything is set just so, there's not a lot of room to wiggle. So this is going to be quite intriguing, I think.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you do.
Yeah, no pressure, right? Being the I get the union the first time, so if I royally screw it up, then everybody can, of course, use the comment section below to say, "Wow, what a boneheaded move! How'd you miss
Yeah,
that?"
I get a lot of those, so if that happens to you,
And,
don't feel too bad.
yeah, yeah. Well, welcome to you, Roger, of course, and welcome to anybody watching this on YouTube after the fact. We appreciate your continued support in watching this each and every week, and we are having a ball with this scenario. I mean, there's just no two ways about it, and we're screaming through it. I mean, there's only 9 scenarios, right? There's 8 basic, and then the campaign, which we are going to do. So we are now on 6 of 8 on the basics, and I just can't believe where the time has gone. It's just right on by. This is the big one. But let's go through all of the scenario details as we do on the first playthrough and discuss any of these special rules that come up, but I think it's pretty straightforward. Again, this is scenario number 6, the Battle of Nashville. Here's the historical setup. After devastating losses at the Battle of Franklin, Hood advanced his army to the outskirts of Nashville, not in any expectation of attacking, but mostly to preserve morale. Thomas waited through 2 weeks of bad weather while his cavalry refitted before finally attacking. On both days of the ensuing battle, the Union concentrated on the Confederate left flank, smashing it on both days. At the end of the engagement, Hood's army was in full retreat southward, and with it the last forlorn hope of the Confederacy was shattered. And we see on this one, when they speak of the Confederate left, that's, I'm guessing, Chalmers and Ector up there. So historically, that's kind of where things were most heated, I guess, early on. And that was the press for Thomas, and or maybe even as far down as Stewart, considering that the left flank as you're facing. But this is a two-turn scenario. It is December 15th and 16th, 1864. So we've skipped ahead just a bit from the last scenario. And on turn one, so as we go into the special rules for this turn one, we will not have a leader transfer phase. So everybody is where they are going to be for this. So that's actually takes some of the sweat off of it because we don't have to worry about accidentally moving somewhere inappropriate. I am playing the Union forces tonight, so I will automatically get the first initiative for turn one without a need for a die roll. And in the very next initiative segment, Roger, as the Confederates, will automatically get it. So it's prescribed. I get the first action, Roger gets the second action, and then we will determine the initiative as per usual. Finally, tonight, with special rule number 2, we get to see what is more common in the Western modules with the ties not automatically going to the Confederate player. But if we roll doubles tonight, the Confederate will win the upper ones. That's the double 4, 5, and 6, and the Union will win on a 1, 2, or 3, the lower of the die roll there. That adds a little bit of intrigue, I suppose. We've got some movement restrictions here. Alberto has very nicely placed them into the module here for us. So we see that these 3 blue hexes here are the farthest extent that my Union forces can go in that direction to the east. I cannot cross over Mill Creek, so I cannot go into 5610, 5710, or 5809. However, I could retreat through them if I'm forced to retreat through them They're out of the game, but they do not count as a surrender loss. So that's a good thing, I suppose. The Confederates, as we've seen in most of these scenarios, there's this red line of hexes surrounding Nashville. So they have a 2 hex buffer around the Nashville city hexes that they cannot enter. So I don't have to sweat that out. That is prescribed by the scenario that Roger is not going right for the city hexes. Croxton, we've seen. I went ahead and originally there was a force marker here. I went ahead and just put all of the cavalry units in one big stack, but we see that Croxton is still playing here as C1, and as we've seen in just about every scenario thus far, R. Johnson can activate him, even though he does not report to R. Johnson. We see Biddle is the first time we're ever seeing this. We saw a variation of it in Battle Above the Clouds with mounted infantry, but now this is kind of a switch on that. This is unmounted cavalry. So it's essentially the same kind of thing. There's a special advanced rule about that, but suffice to say, according to 5.5 in the advanced rules, Biddle, for all intents and purposes, is an infantry unit that can be activated by either an infantry leader or a cavalry leader. However, if a cavalry leader activates him, he still gets the movement bonus, but what you do is you roll the 2d6 plus 1, and then you cut that in half to get his actual movement points, and you round in favor, so you always get to round up. So that, I mean, that will add something for me to think about with Biddle. Again, he's treated like an infantry unit, so he cannot do a cavalry retreat. However, he can cause a cavalry retreat if he were to approach a Confederate cavalry unit. And that is all. That's all the specialty rules for tonight. Let's review the victory point schedule for tonight. There are variations on a theme here. We've got the one major victory point location down here, which is Brentwood at 4910. And most of my points that I'm going to be earning tonight revolve around that in some way, shape, or form. If I get an undemoralized Union infantry unit into that hex, and there is no Confederate and no undemoralized Confederate infantry unit immediately adjacent, then I get 30 points. If I get an undemoralized infantry unit into that, but there's a unit next to it, then that's cut in half, and I get 15 victory points. And then there's a variable question mark one that is the next one down, that if I don't control Brentwood, but I do have and it looks like up to 3 possibly here. If I get 3 infantry units adjacent to Brentwood on the Williamson County side, which is basically 4809, 4810, and 4911, then I can get 4 victory points per unit that is there. I believe it is just unit, not division. So yeah, just if I get those 3 hexes, I could potentially get up to 12 victory points for that. And then the next one down is if at the end of turn 1 I have a Union infantry unit in 4910. If I manage it, this is kind of like the Franklin. If I can capture it on turn 1, then I get a bonus of 10 points whether or not I have it at the end of the game. So that's nice. I can get 10 victory points, and then it's banked, right?
Yep.
There is a 25 victory point prize if I can get if there's no Confederate infantry unit within 2 hexes of Brentwood, which is nice. And this is also in addition to any VP awarded for occupancy or adjacency. So if I can get near it or adjacent to it, and I can get you farther than 2 hexes away, that is also 25 victory points. And then I think the one I was kind of, and I'm sure you've got the spreadsheet all fired up for this one, is for each Confederate infantry unit or division, specifically division, and I think there's 8 of them if I looked correctly. If they are in Davidson County, which is basically the Nashville County here, so we see the red hash line along adjacent to Brentwood. If they are where they are now at the end of the game, but I cut off their line of communication back to Columbia or to Brentwood, with my Union forces, then I can get 3 victory points per division. So there are 8 of them out there. That's worth potentially 24 victory points if I can completely cut off the bulk of his forces there. And then, as per usual, it's the 2 and 3. It's the -2 victory points for each Union manpower step loss, and +3 for each Confederate step loss in manpower. The margin tonight for a Union marginal victory is 35 victory points. So I've got a whole slew of possibilities, a smorgasbord, if you will, of how I can achieve that. But with all of those options, all that does is make the decisions that much harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, so what have you been thinking about this one? I'm presuming that you've done a little research on how to defend here at the beginning. So, what are your thoughts?
Well, as you mentioned, historically, Thomas went around the west flank, the left flank of Hood. That's why, which certainly I think looks very attractive. I think for you, because that gives you, if you can push past those units, then you can clearly flank me. But you can also do something with the right flank or the eastern flank, and you could even, if you wanted to, do a frontal assault. I'm low on manpower. I did a quick check of the manpower difference between this and the We Will Make the Fight. Cheatham is about 50% down, and Stewart is about 30% down from where they were at the start of that scenario. So, ugh.
But,
I think it depends on what you, depends on what you want to try to do. You could, I think you could bull rush straight down Franklin Pike and try to get to Brentwood on day one.
right.
Pull, punch a hole and try to do that, and that would be then hold on. I think that's a possibility. I don't know if I doubt that's what you would try to do, but I think I have to consider you might. And I've got basically one division in reserve, which is Johnson. And if for people who are wondering where Mr. Forrest is, and I am, he's still down around Murfreesboro.
He's got his
Uh,
own alternate victory conditions. That was
yeah,
Murfreesboro.
yeah, and because of this gap of the two scenarios is because they had a 2 week ice storm.
And
Is why we're
it's interesting that you say that about Cheatham and the suppressed manpower. If you look along that entire line during this ice storm period, they have been using the time, putting it to good use by building and digging breastworks here. So every single one of those, yes, they are weaker, but they're all doubled.
Yeah,
And
they're all dug in, and that's good.
right,
And that's part of the decision I think I'm gonna have to make is, as you point out, Brentwood is they've made Brentwood the fulcrum, which I think is kind of how it played out. So at what point, do you make me go
come out of those
back
trenches. Right,
backwards,
right.
and can I then do it in such a way that I can dig back in again?
And
Because if I,
my
uh,
yeah, oh yeah, my fear on this one is, and just knowing how I play, especially with an unfamiliar scenario, and I'm trying to read all the nuance of the map and the units and everything, is uh, tunnel vision is the real thing in this game, and short-term strategy in this one is also a fault that I have. So you kids out there are
oh
learning this for yourselves. Oftentimes you will see me do something that is. I once heard 007. I think it's the first Daniel Craig movie where Judi Dench describes 007 as he's a blunt hammer. That's what he does. You send 007 in. There's no nuance to Daniel Craig's depiction of him. He just goes in and he punches and shoots and whatever. That's oftentimes how I play these scenarios, just especially this one where it's like, here's a bunch of pieces. And this was very similar to when we were playing on to Richmond. You just got them all lined up. It's like, well, Bull, Bull Sumner
no,
wants to attack something. Let's send in Bull Sumner, right? So that's my
um,
fear, is that I'm going to get the short term, like, I'm just going to go clobber the hell out of XYZ and not think about
right,
what I need to be doing the second afternoon, right, to get
right.
into place for Brentwood. So this one I think is going to be more challenging than I expect it to be, and that's
It's interesting you brought up On to Richmond. I feel like for this title, we've been oftentimes at the end we've been playing over trying to get that one more manpower to get the +2 or the plus -3 or whatever. And on to Richmond, boy, we were killing people right and left.
Oh, right. Yeah. There's a
we were
there's a
we were in the
huge
20s and sometimes in the 30 manpower
right.
losses at the
There's
end
a
of one of those some of those scenarios. And here we were like trying to husband. I lose one manpower, and it's like, oh, I can't win now.
That's
I'm
right.
going to
That is
lose
right.
this
There's a
scenario.
huge difference between June 1862 and December 1864.
yeah.
Um, pe-
Especially on the Confederate
oh
side.
yeah, oh yeah. Well, I guess we have belabored it long
Yeah,
enough.
I think we're good to
It's
go.
time to go. So, no leader transfers. So, I will wish you good luck in your defense, sir.
Good luck to you. And a quick reminder for those of Schofield is a district commander here,
That's right.
so his assault roll is a -2,
That's right.
uh, and he can do a grand assault for himself with his infantry, and or he can ask Thomas for
That,
a grand assault.
that's
Which
right.
again, why I'm worried about you attempting a bull rush right down the pike. you could just hammer those guys, punch a
I
hole.
could, but it's the very idea. I'm so gun shy over all these many years of playing this. It's like
Yeah,
it looks fantastic on paper. It's +3, go! Ah, wow! I rolled a one.
yeah,
Fantastic,
-2.
right? So yeah.
Okay,
All right. Well
let's.
then, let us do our first free initiative, and I think I'm going to attempt to repeat history here.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Here,
I mean, I am a student of history actually, and I'm going to activate all of Smith's DAT core, and
Detachment Army,
there you
Tennessee.
go. See, I was just about to give you I was going to give you the spotlight. It's like, tell us what it means, Roger. That's right. Okay, so here is their movement of +1 from Smith. It's a 3, so that's about the opening I expected. Sure. We'll send J Moore 1, 2. Smith will go with him. And we'll send Gerard 1, 2. And then we'll send MacArthur 1, 2. And he does not have enough for 3, so he'll stop right there.
And Rucker will stand by
Ah,
him.
I
He's not
figured.
going to.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he's got a creek and everything, and yeah. So, okay, so that is my initiative. Over to you for your free initiative.
Well, Lee will activate Johnson. He's under hood. Here we go. This is movement is a 7. He's gonna go. That changes things. Wasn't expecting him to get that kind of a roll. I'll take him this way. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hate having hood way out there, but that's where we're gonna put him. Okay, initiative. I think this is initiative, right? Yep. First initiative of the night is a 2, and double twos go to Union, I
They do
believe.
go
Let
to
me look.
Union. Okay. Um, hmm. Already heavy decision time. We will activate MacArthur by himself with Smith, so he'll go to fatigue level 2. Here's his movement. It's a 6. We'll have Smith transfer to MacArthur, and he'll go 1 to there, and we will attempt prepared attack on Ector. So it will be a +1 for prepared. I think that's just a +3. Is that what you see?
Yes, a +3.
Okay. So here is a +3 with Union on the left-hand side. And it is a +1 result. So I think that's going to be, for me, ugly.
It's organized.
So +1 for me is a 1D to your disorganized. And of course, you do have the option of a voluntary retreat if you wish.
Okay, that's a good question. And it's 2 hexes, is that
It's
right?
anywhere from 1 to 4.
Anywhere from 1 to
Right.
4. Yeah, I think I'm going to retreat him. So he's going to lose his entrenchments. And go back 1, 2 to there.
Okay. And obviously I...
Get him behind the creek. Now, can you move into that
No, I
hex, or
can't. I
you?
did not get an advance, so I just that is your prerogative to do the retreat. So I can't go in.
I don't
Uh,
think I've ever done that before, but I think it's
it's not a bad move. I mean, as far as...
yeah. I mean, I'm looking at nine to
Right,
two
right.
or 6 to 2. He's done his job.
That's
He
right.
slowed you down.
He certainly blunted my attack. So we will do the next initiative, and it is mine again.
Yeah, I think that was the smart thing.
We will activate Gerard with Smith, and here is his movement. It's a 4. So what would Rucker like to do?
Rucker's going to stand where he
Okay.
is.
So he is a 4 there as well. There is artillery, so there would be an artillery. So we're going to have Smith transfer to Gerard and go 1, 2, 3. And he has 1 left. He could make a hasty attack. And I think he will make a hasty attack. So we're looking at -1 for hasty, +1 for tack. Now it is a +7 for... it's a
Ratio.
+8 for 9 to 1, right? Yeah, +8.
Oh, +8.
Yep.
Yeah, +8.
So +8 for that ratio. Then -1 for that creek. So I see
+7.
9 up and 2 down for +7. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I should have backed him up one more. Should have taken him all the way. Or yeah, anyway, that was okay.
Okay, so here's a +7 Union, and it's +7. So
That's probably gonna take him out. I think.
he's a 1, so it's just a
That's a
1
one
DR,
DR.
right? Okay, so that at least gets me back net ahead in the manpower loss thing.
Station marker. And he can go 1 to 6 hexes. He's a brigade, so he really doesn't affect any manpower.
He must go at least 4, but up to 6.
On that manpower, but need victory point conditions because he's the brigade, so he might as well just get out of dodge. 1, 2, 3, 6, and I believe there's some weird restriction on 4,400.
I cannot go into 4400. That's the outer limit of my game. So yeah,
Right. Yeah.
I did not mention that, but yeah, I just didn't even expect that I'd be chasing units that far. So we will um, we will not advance into that one. Okay, initiative. It is yours.
So right now, where Johnson is, you can move down to 4906 because that's
Restricted Zoc.
restricted Zoc.
Yeah.
Put you right on the road to Brentwood. I think I gotta go. Yeah, I'm gonna activate Johnson by himself because he's way outside of Lee's range. So it's a single dice +1. It's a 2. Go 1, 2 to the school. Don't like being in the woods, but that blocks initiative. Double sixes is
It is yours.
Confederate initiative.
That's right.
Okay. Well, Rucker's not going to do me any good where he is right now. I don't think. 'Cause you can swing that Confederate cavalry corps. So let's try to get him in a better position. So let's increase his fatigue. This is going to be 2 die +2. Activated by Chalmers. 7. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is basically what I was worried about with you doing exactly what you're doing.
Well, at
It's
least
like,
I'm predictable. I mean,
no, I think it was, I mean, doing what Thomas did, it's the smart play. Initiative. It's mine again. Okay. Okay. We're gonna take him to fatigue 2. This is Rucker. Is gonna dig in and build an Evities initiative. Mine again. Gonna activate Biffle to fatigue 1, so he loses his entrenchments. 2 die +1 for him. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Initiative.
You do get one more. You rolled a 6.
Oh, okay. 7 is a blacksmith.
Okay.
And it's yours with the
It's
ones.
mine with the ones. All right. Well, it does seem like a good time to perhaps get some cavalry into this. So
Yeah.
we will we'll have Wilson activate the C7 under Knipe. So we'll get his benefit there. So that. And here's a 2d6 plus 2. And it is a 7. So we'll just have them go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Initiative. It's mine again. We'll have them go to fatigue 2. And now it's just a +1 to their movement. They get a 10. So they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 8. Initiative. Mine again. Alright, we'll have Wilson activate Croxton's 2 C5 units there. Here's the +2. Ah, come on. Come on, Hatch. You gotta do better than that. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll leave Wilson back behind. Initiative. It is yours.
Okay.
Actually, I realized I made a mistake there. I went into 4407. I cannot go into 4407. So let me just put him to 4507 there, and he would go 1, 2 more to there instead. So we can keep everything correct.
Oh, right. You can't. Yeah.
And that's why they apparently want us to do that. So I can't, just ford up the river and
Yeah. Stuart's gonna activate Waffle. Teague 1. He loses his entrenchments. Here's his movement. 1 die +2. It's a 3. See, the woods hex is going to add that snow is +3 to get into that wood hex. So I'm just going to do a min move to there. Put him on Granny White Pike. Ooh, my wife bought me a cookie. Ooh, thank you.
yum.
Initiative. Double fives is mine.
That is right.
Stuart will activate Waffle again. This is 1 die +2. Now he can go 3 hexes. 1, 2. So he can go 1, 2, and 3 to there.
We hear a noise in the woods, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, initiative. It's mine. I'll take Biffle, fatigue 2, 2 die +1, 6. He's just gonna go 1, 2 to there. Initiative. It's yours.
We'll have Wood activate Elliot. Here's his movement. +1. 4. I think he and Thomas will transfer to Elliot. They'll go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative. It is yours.
Lowering to fatigue 1. He's just gonna set up flanks for fuse marker. Initiative. Mine. I'm gonna pass. I hate to pass initiatives, but I don't know what to do, so I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
think anything I do will just be make things worse. I see what you're doing.
What am I doing, Roger? I'm making this up as I go.
That's yeah. So am I.
Stuart is perceptive, so he was wary of a flank attack. We'll have Hatch activate his 2. Here's their movement. It is a 7. So they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. It's yours.
No, I don't think Chalmers is doing me any good with the record where he is, so we'll take him to fatigue 3. Here's their movement, 2 die plus 2.
Very
Nice. Little
nice.
late.
Yeah.
Little late.
Thanks,
Nice.
Chalmers.
um, then in March, he's okay. So he can go 14. Well, maybe that does change things. Let's see. Because he can go into right around the army here. He's going to go. He's just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. It's yours. I think you're on mute.
I am on mute. So, yes. Smith activated Gerard and J. Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw some things start to
Yeah.
happen. Okay.
Yeah. So we have an extended march then for Gerard at a +1. Initiative. It's yours.
When I looked at this is exactly where I was like, ugh, why did he build this line where he did? I'm going to pass. I'm just going to have to take it on the chin, see how this goes. I think I got to try to stand my ground.
Okay.
I don't know. Might be stupid. Maybe I should be retreating. No.
Hatch will activate both of his units again. They'll go to 3. Here's their movement +1. It's a 9. We got extended marches. So Stuart's extended plus no +1 because they're cavalry. So here's that. They're okay. And Kuhn, he's okay. I'll just go to there. Initiative. It's mine. I'll have J. Moore go to 3. Here's his movement +1. 4. Here's his extended march +1. He's okay. He is going to go there, Zoc to Zoc, and flip. Initiative. It's mine again. Alright. Moment of truth. Wood will attempt an assault with Elliot on Stuart's position. So he is a 5. Here's the command attempt. Oh. No bueno. Okay, initiative. It's mine again. Let's write those in bigger letters. Elliot, I would like you to assault Stuart. Here's the command attempt. And this time, the message gets through. Oh, you meant today. Got it. Okay, right.
It's fairly similar to how it actually played out, actually, I believe.
All right, so we got +1 assault. I'm going to attempt a grand assault with Thomas. So here's the grand assault attempt, and it does not go off. Okay. Well, you know. So we got +1 assault. Tactical's a wash. +1 for final flank. I've got 2 artillery to your 4, so that's a -1 in rolling. And -1 for ratio. So it looks like an even attack here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah. Even attack.
So, wow. And I hate the die roller. Does the die roller hate me with a +0? Union on the left? It does. It does, in fact, hate me tonight. So -1. -1 at 8 is at 1D. And it's going to fatigue out him, Stuart.
I get 2 fatigues. 6. I get 2
That
F. Big F.
lose a manpower. Flip. And
Okay.
okay, so now one back in the hole. All right, initiative. It's mine again. Man, that flanks refuse is just the best timing ever for you.
Well, you forget about doing it in a game and somebody points it out to you.
Right. Oh, sure.
Actually, multiple times. Not only was it on YouTube, there was someone made a comment in when I sat in on a game the other day. So,
Yeah.
hey, you forgot about this? I know. I know. Why didn't you build it? I forgot. It was late.
All right.
I was
Well,
on my second whiskey. Give me a break.
Smith will activate J more to 4, and we're going to see what he gets. Here's a movement +1, 5. Of course, it couldn't just be one more. Extended march now of +2. He's okay. So he's gonna go 4 to there, and then he'll throw in a flanks refused there. Okay. Initiative. It's mine. I'm gonna take a big gamble on this one again, but um, Smith is gonna take Gerard to 4. He's going to attempt an assault on Stewart. So here's the command attempt, and it goes off. So here it is, an even attack with Union on the left. Oof, that's a big one. So that is a +4.
+4. 6. It's a 1 DR to me.
And on my 9 is an FA to me. So he's done anyway.
It's a good attack. I think it was worth doing it.
Okay, so DR.
So he can go 1 to there. 2. I believe he has to stay on the
He
road to go
does.
to Lowry.
Right.
3. And I believe he has to continue on the road to 4409.
Yes. Yeah. Road is the highest priority and farther away. Yep.
And then now he's got. Now can he go wherever he
He
wants, or
he
does he
can
have to?
go. He could go to 5310 and 5210 because they're not closer.
Yeah. Even goes with him.
Okay. I will. I will not take that hex. I will just stay there. So yeah, you avoided a second manpower loss. That was I was hoping for, but then I realized, oh yeah, that's why you have friendlies. Come on through, boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the initiative. It's yours.
Okay. Biff will take 3. Here's his movement. 7. Extended march. He's okay. He's gonna go 1, 2 to there. Initiative. It's mine again. Lee will activate Clayton. Fatigue 1. He'll lose his entrenchments. Here's his movement. 1 die +2 is an 8. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. He has 5 remaining. Here's my thought. Let's work our way through this. He's going to make a prepared attack on J Moore. So the type is a +1. The ratio is even. The tactical would be a +1. Artillery is you're on rolling terrain. I have 2 guns. You have 2, so that's a 0. There's going to be a -1 for artillery. I do have all 6 hexes covered. 2 of those come off because I have a restricted ZOC. So the 55, 5007, 5109 come off.
Right.
So that's -2. And then your flanks refused takes off another one, or does it take off both of the
Uh,
final two?
so right now you have a +2, as you pointed out,
Yes.
because it's a 4 -2 for 5007 and 5109 because of the woods. So then the +2 would be cut in half to a +1. So I think you just get the +1
It's
for it.
it's a +1
Right.
flank. So if I was to make this attack, I've got +1 for type, +1 for tactical, +1 for flank, and -1 for artillery for a final of a +2 attack.
Right. If I'm giving you any strategic thoughts and considerations, I am within 4 of Brentwood. And if you get a small R, uh, I have the potential of just walking into Brentwood.
Right.
Right.
That's the other aspect of this. I'm driving you closer to the objective.
Correct.
Um, which
And
I
I'm
do
not
not
just
want to
saying
do.
that to game this as in, hey, I'm getting into his head, but that should be something that you're giving me free
No.
movement, right?
Yeah, I'm giving you free because and you're not going to get a manpower
I
loss.
would get one if I went into 5109 because your Zoc still counts for retreat purposes. So Biffle would cause me to lose one there, but I'd be willing to take the manpower loss for the free 10 points. So is it worth +6 for me at -4? Maybe. That's
Yeah, probably. I would say it is. Um, so I'm not going to attack. I'm also looking at the likelihood of me with just the +2.
and this has been a weird night because you know how I hate to do anything under +2, but I took a gamble +0
Yeah.
and got a 5 to 1. So you know.
Well, in this case, yeah,
It all depends on what your potential. What is your goal for that? I mean,
yeah,
is it
I don't want to I need, obviously at some point I've got to start pulling guys back. You still got a ton of manpower.
right?
So yeah, I'm not going to attack. Comment below if it was a wise move. But yeah, I don't want to drive you into Brentwood, which is the most likely, or worse, just take manpower
Right.
losses. So I'm going to roll for initiative.
It's
It's
mine.
your
All
initiative.
right. So these DE units here, those do not have any leadership, right? They don't.
No,
They
they're the division of Etowah. I didn't get a chance to actually figure out what that meant,
like the
where they came
Etowah
from.
River coming from Georgia, probably.
Yeah,
Boy, these guys
pulled
named
in
departments for everything.
pulled in from somewhere.
All right. We'll have Thompson move. He is gonna just march. So here's his movement. It's a 3. So he'll go 1 hex to there. Initiative. It's mine again. We will have Schofield activate Cox and Couch. Here's their movement +1. 5. We'll have Couch go there. And Schofield go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. It's mine again. Well, let's see. You got a 12 in there. And I've got an 11, of course. I think we'll just Cox activate under Schofield. Here's their movement. Plenty. Um, they're going to slide there and flip. All right, initiative. It's mine. Hmm. Mm. Well, it seems like an aggressive kind of thing to do, so that is why we're here. And if I lose this on manpower points, at least I will have recreated historically the savagery of the Battle of Nashville. Schofield will activate Cox to 3. He will attempt an assault at -2 now to my die roll
Mhm.
on Cheatham. So here we go. Here's the roll. No.
Wow.
Right? Initiative. It's mine again. Do I feel lucky?
Jeez.
Do I feel lucky? Let's go to 4. Come on, Cox. Let's see if you will go in. Again, writing in big cursive letters. Lots of flourish. Here's the attack. Okay, it goes off this time.
Yep. Yep. -2, no problem.
All right. So we have a +1 for assault, and we've got what are my credits? I have nothing but debits. I've got a +3 for final flank, so that's 4. Um, I will attempt a grand assault because I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the grand assault attempt, and
Comes off.
wow, I can bring in couch. So
Yeah.
18 to 12, that would take care of the manpower. So I am going to do that. I will bring in couch. So we'll have. So now the manpower is taken care of, and I believe the
With the art
artillery is now five
-1,
5 to your
8.
8. So it's just -1 now.
Yeah.
-1 for RD. Okay. Uh, so I see 4 up and 1 down.
+3 final. Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. +3 Union on the left. And it's a +2. Just
2.
barely. All right.
+2 on 6.
And +2 for me is
Is
18.
it's a DR for me.
So I took a
You
1
did take a
DA.
manpower
I
loss.
did. So
Okay.
1 DA. So we are now tied on manpower losses. 6 to 6 points.
Yes.
Drop
Okay.
it
So I
down.
took it. Now I can go 2 to 4 hexes. Go back through Lowry without manpower loss.
Correct.
1, 2.
And now you can go. Yeah, you just can't go into my Zoc, so it looks like you have to stop
I
there.
can't get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't go closer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're.
So you can take Flat Rock if you so desire.
Yeah, we'll put him there. Okay. Um, initiative. It's mine. Yeah.
The Union's not supposed to win
I
this many
know.
initiatives.
I
Of
know.
course, this should be even with the way they split up the
All
doubles. But
right.
I've got 2 things I want to do. Just 2.
Just 2.
Let's take it in.
All right.
Well, maybe now 3 things, but
We're going to have Nipe activate G Johnson. Hey, G Johnson. He's famous. He's going to go to 3. Here's his movement +1. 10. Here's his extended march. Oh, come on, guys. It's not that hard. You just march. That's all you got to do. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. And throw up a flanks refused marker. Alright. Initiative. It's yours.
yeah, boy, like 3 or 4 turns too late. Well, this is something I should have done before I moved Biffle. I'm gonna take Record of Teague 4. This is extend march. He's okay. He can go 1, 2 to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's gonna stop there. Initiative. It's mine again. I'm gonna activate Johnson under hood. 1 die +1. 2. Here's his extend march. He's just gonna go 1, 2 to there. 1 to there. Initiative. It's yours.
We'll have Wood activate Kimball. Here's the march, +1, 7. We'll transfer. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Initiative. We'll take Wood and Kimball again. Here's their movement. 3 this time. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. It's mine again. Kimball 3. Come on, Wood. Here's the movement. +1. 3. Here's the extended march. Oh! They flip. They can go 3. I'll just go 1, 2, 3. Initiative. It's mine again. Just no way to sneak anybody into Brentwood easily. You've done a good job of littering the ground with minefields and Zocs. So let us. Yeah, Croxton and Harrison under Johnson. They'll get activated by Wilson. So here's the movement 2 die +2. It's 12. We'll go along with.
Oh, you're leaving Biddle behind. Okay.
Yeah, I don't trust these guys not on their horses, man.
How's it? That was.
1,
I read that part and I was gonna have to reread it really quickly.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Initiative. It's yours.
Cheatham is gonna activate. We'll do Smith. US fatigue 4. Here's his movement, 1 die +2. Is an 8. Here's his extend march. So 4 +1, so I think he's okay. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Cheatham will stay with bait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 2 movement points remaining. What would G. Johnson like to do?
We will stand.
Okay. So if I were to attack, this would normal attack. So this would be a +2 attack if I was to make it or attempt it.
So you got 2 for tactical, 1 for final flank. That's +3,
Just
and then -1 for artillery. So yeah, +2. That's right.
+2 final. Yeah, let's do a +2 final. Confederate on the right. Say
+1 result.
+1 result, so no real effect here on either. I'm just disorganized, which I already
Yeah.
was. I was already
Same.
fatigued.
So yeah, you just saved me from building any kind of entrenchments.
I'm taking Cheatham with me.
That would have been the 2. Yeah.
That would have gotten you out. But I didn't want to pull Cheatham out of that line. But you don't get Brentwood points for a cav unit.
That is correct.
It's just annoying as hell.
I mean, he's quote blocking the throwing that Zoc all the way around it. He's cutting off line of communication to Brentwood, except for Smith. Smith helps that.
Oh, if everybody in Davidson County?
Right. Yeah. I think you've now got a line of communication with, but most of those guys could go down around to Columbia anyway. So I think you just have to get in really close to tighten that noose. I mean, I've got the top part of the map kind of okay, but yeah, the strategic locations here for doing that line of communication block is tricky, very tricky.
Initiative of conversation. 3s are
Mine,
yours.
mine. All right.
Of course they are. Why would they not be?
Let's have Wilson activate those calves again. So they'll go to two
Yeah.
plus two. They're at 10 now, so they'll go. We'll have to go one, two, and I believe terrain is
Rough,
5 for
rough
rough.
terrain
Yes.
is 5. Yeah.
So it's 2, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Initiative. It's yours.
Like this is historically accurate as well. The Cav got behind, create a panic, which they don't have. They have Confederate panic. I don't think they do in this. Okay, Lee's gonna activate Stevenson. There's his movement. 1 die plus 2. 4. Okay, I'll just move him 1 to here. Doing things in the wrong sequence really hurts sometimes. Initiative. Yeah, because I know I'm not going to get 2 initiatives in a row tonight.
Hmm. Wilson activate those guys again to fatigue level 3. Here's their movement plus 2. It's a 9. We got extended march rolls. So Harrison first. He's okay. And, well, let's do this by the book. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Croxton's extended march. He's okay, and he will join them. Okay. Initiative. It's yours.
So Cheatham will activate bait. Take him to fatigue 4. It's an 8.
Say what you will, Cheatham can get him moving. He got Smith going.
He,
He
he
got
may be
bait
a little
going.
drunk, but by God, they love him. So let's see. So he can do. This will be extended march. Okay. So he's gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. So yeah, we'll do what we did to Johnson again. We just went through all this, so that
So
was
I have an option now for a cav
you
retreat.
have an option for a cav retreat, yes.
Um, and you know what? I think I'm gonna stand again. Cause what?
So last time that was a plus. Well, let's do the numbers. The type is a normal, so there's no prepared. Tactical, I have a 3D or 1, so that's a plus 2.
Mhm,
Artillery is 2 to 1, so that's going to be a -1 for artillery.
mhm.
We missed that.
+1 for the final flank, I think. So
+1 for the flank. So the final is a plus
2.
2.
Look,
Plus 2
look at
result.
that. All right. So no effect to me since I'm already disorganized in 4. I'll
And I'm
go.
disorganized as well.
So 1 to there and 2 to there.
And you don't lose any manpower since it's a cav.
Right.
Roll into Brentwood.
You've saved Brentwood.
Well, for now, yeah. For now. Initiative. 5. Those doubles come to my side. Okay. Now, I'm going to activate, Lee is going to activate Stevenson and Clayton for movement. And we can talk about what you might have done here instead. We'll roll for movement just to see what they get. 1 die plus 2. It's a 7. 3, 4. And they're just going to do a min move to there. Initiative. It's mine again. Okay. Time to pull Lowry out of there. He goes to fatigue 1. Too far away from Cheatham. Loses his breastwork. Here's his movement. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm taking him all the way to Brentwood. Initiative. Mine again. Activate Stevenson and Clayton with Lee. Here's their movement. 1 die plus 2. It's 4. Stevenson's extended march. He's okay. He's going to go 1 to there. Here's Clayton's extended march. He's okay. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. It's mine again. I'm going to activate Waffle. Here's his movement. 7. Extend march.
Getting all the sixes
He's,
tonight, man. You're using them up.
he's okay. Yeah, I am. Not necessarily when I need them, I don't think. Um, gonna go 1 to there. What would G. Johnson like to do?
We'll stand.
He'll stop there. Initiative. It's mine again. Okay.
All my hopes and dreams and plans and schemes gone by the wayside. Your string of initiatives.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Johnson under hood fatigue 4. Here's his movement. 5 plus 1 is 6. Here's his extend march. 2. Gonna go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative. Mine again. Well, Lowry's gonna go to fatigue 2 and start entrenching. Initiative. Mine again. He's just gonna go to fatigue 2, 3. He's gonna continue to build entrenchments. Initiative. Now it's yours.
Boo! Oh man, I had such a plan. Such a plan.
Yeah, I was.
When you pulled Lowry out of there, I was like, "Oh boy. Here we go." And I thought, I'll do something with against Lee, and then you move Lee out of there. It's like, "Oh." But that was like 16,000 initiatives ago, so I don't even know what I'm doing
Yeah,
now.
the
Um,
string of initiatives have gone one way and then the other.
that's right. I don't have a lot left to do on this day because you've eliminated the flank on Chalmers, so that's off the table. A lot of my units are at 3 or 4, so that's off the table. Really, I can use some of these Department of the Etowah to set up things, but the line of communication is secure, so those potential 24 points seem to be out of grasp. So it would seem, if we're talking out turn 2 here, it's that's going to be a slobber knocker. I mean, it's going to be fighting for Brentwood or the surroundings and tightening the noose as much as possible. I think if that line of communication was set to just Columbia and not to Brentwood, then that would make this a completely
Yeah,
different scenario. But once you got all those guys close to there, now I can surround you with abandon and really just it's what do you do at that point? Do you just beat them up? You just try to
let's say to Brentwood or Columbia. Yeah, so being at Brentwood is
right.
enough.
Um, so I'm going to have Schofield activate Beatty, and here's their movement +1. It's 4. He will transfer up to Beatty. Go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Initiative. Mine again. I'll have Steedman activate of Chickamauga fame. Here's his movement. 3. He's just going to go 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. Wow, now I'm getting them all. Look at this.
Yeah, yeah, it's just gone one way and then the
All
other.
right, Steedman again. Movement 2. 1, 2. They don't move very fast, do they? Initiative. Mine. Steedman to 3. Movement 3. Extended march +1. Flips. Gosh. But he goes 1, 2 to there. Uh, Initiative. Yours.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to start digging in. So Lee's going to have Clayton and Stevenson build entrenchments. So they're going to fatigue 4 and putting up Abatis. Initiative. Ones go to you.
All right. Schofield will activate Beatty again. Here's their movement. Ugh. All right. So they're just going to there. Initiative. Yours.
This will take Waffle to fatigue 4 and have him build some entrenchments as well. I'm making myself inflexible here. Might not be the smart thing to do. Initiative. It's yours.
All right. Schofield takes Beatty to 3. There's the movement. All right. Here's extended march +1. He's okay. Go to there. Initiative. It's yours.
Uh, I'm I don't know if I have anybody left that's got any juice.
Lowry can go to B2.
Oh, he could, but I'm gonna hold off just to see. I'm gonna pass for now.
Okay.
I'll pass here for a few turns. Just
Right.
I probably shouldn't have taken Stevens. Probably should have left those two guys with some flexibility here.
Okay. So
That was probably an error.
you pass. Beatty will go to 4, and he will attempt an assault under Schofield on Stewart. So here is the attempt -2, and it comes off. So it looks like I've got. Let's do the numbers here. Got +1 assault. Tactical's a wash. You have no artillery anymore. Um, and then it is a 3-1. So +2 for ratio and a +3 for final flank.
That's
Actually,
fine.
it's a +2 because I do not extend into 5111. So I've got 6 covered, but one's going to come off because of Lee, and one's going to come off of 5111. So +2 final flank. If that's what you see.
You have 6 covered. Lee takes 1 off. I see.
Yeah, St.
Yes.
James Chapel, I don't extend into that, so
So it's 2 plus 1 is for type plus 2 for ratio for a +5 final.
+5 is what I see. All right, here's
Okay.
+5 Union left. And it's +2 result, which is terrible for me because I have 11 and I take a manpower loss. And you get nothing. Couldn't
Yeah,
have
I'm
worked a
already.
little better, could it? Just no.
See.
So
I can retreat through a
you
friendly.
can.
1, 2. I might as well go all the way back to Brentwood. 3.
Okay. And I will actually stay right there.
And you did take a manpower
I did take a
loss.
manpower loss, so he's going to flip and take a manpower loss. All right, and that puts me at 4 losses to your 2, so it's 8-6. So -2 in my favor. I'm starting to sweat the numbers a little bit because Brentwood is the key, and that's the only key. Initiative, it's yours.
I will pass again.
Okay. I'm just gonna do a couple little moves here. I think then.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass for the remainder of the game.
Okay.
Well, actually, let me do. I will increase Lowry's
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
entrenchments. So he's gonna increase. He's gonna go to fatigue 4, so he's done for the day. Oh, initiative just to be legal.
Okay, that's
Yours.
mine. Take. We'll have Thompson march to 2. Here's his movement. It's 3. So 1, 2, 3. Initiative. It's presumed pass.
Pass. Yeah, I've got nothing left. I don't think.
Morgan will march. Here's the movement. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. It's almost not even worth it, but we'll see. It's mine again, so Morgan 2. Movement. There we go. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, initiative. It's yours passing.
Pass.
And I
Pass.
think I will. I'm not going to move Biddle. Biddle's useless to me right now. Knipe is good.
He's the key.
I know.
He's the whole,
I'm gonna feel
the
really.
fulcrum
I'm
of
gonna feel really bad if it's like, oh, this whole thing was dependent on Biddle.
the.
I will pass as well, and we will end the
Okay.
day. So, man, I was really hoping to get some 10 points, but you beat me on the foot race. So now everybody is fatigued for turn 2. This is gonna be this. That was a longer turn 1 than we expected. I think either one of us expected.
Yeah,
There's
it was.
lot of considerations on this one. Hey, but Biddle's got a fort building up there, so
I
go,
can't
go
believe you didn't
Biddle.
throw him into the battle there at the last.
All right. Well, I've got a few. Let's see. I've got a few possible movements here. I think I will move. Well, I think the most expedient one is Schofield's got to go up to Cox just for that. I think we're going to move Wilson up to G Johnson just so we have a little extra tactical capability up there. So I think that's it. Yeah, I'm just going to move Schofield. That's the only thing that gets me any benefit from where they are now. So over to you.
Okay, I'll move Stewart up to Wathel. I'll bring Hood back down to Brentwood, put him sort of in the center of things, and leave everybody else where they are for now.
Okay. Well, I will let you do the honors then for our
Hey,
last first initiative.
here we go. Initiative. It's mine. Let's see. I'm gonna activate. Lee's gonna activate all three of his divisions. It's gonna be Johnson, Stevenson, and Clayton. And Stevenson's the only one's going to move. Clayton and Johnson are going to entrench. Clayton is going to move. So they all go to fatigue too. Here's Stevenson's movement roll. 3. So he's going to lose his entrenchments. The men move to there. 1, 2. And the other 2 units are going to entrench further. Okay, initiative. Mine again. Take Stevenson, fatigue 3. He's just going to entrench. Initiative. It's yours.
All right. I'm just going to have Beatty march to 2. Here is his movement. 5. Here's his extended march of +1. He's going to lose a manpower. And go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. He has 1 left. What would Chalmers like to do?
You can stand.
So that'd be a +1 attack. But it would shut Chalmers down. And either way, Beatty is in the spot where he needs to be for Brentwood. So yeah, we'll make a +1 attack on Chalmers. So here we go. +1. Union left. Not today. It'd be a +1 result. Disorganized now, so yes.
Yes, I'm disorganized now.
Okay, so go ahead and take that initiative again since you won it officially.
Oh, right. Now it's my initiative. Okay. Okay. Now, what do I want to do about that instead?
I just do not see how I can get to 35 victory points with a 4 in the hole at the moment. Wow,
Uh,
this is a tough one.
boy, I'm gonna pass. I just don't see.
Right. There's yeah. I mean, the
I
onus
mean, I
is
don't.
on me, right? You should just be
Uh,
passing, right?
yeah, I don't see anything that I can do to help. I don't want to burn. I may need fatigues
Right.
with somebody possibly, so I'm just gonna pass and
Yeah,
see
because you
what you're.
you know I'm not going to. So
Just let you hammer away at me here for a while, and
do what I can. All right. So let's have Kimball march under wood. And here's his movement +1. I'm just not gonna get the movement today. He's okay at 1, so he's gonna just go 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. Mine again. So let's take him to 2. Here's his movement +1. There we go. 6. We now have an extended march of +1. He's okay. So we'll go 1, 2, 3 to there. With 3 remaining, so enough for a normal, what would Rucker and Chalmers like to do now?
5 to 1
Yeah, so it'd be a
plus
+4 for
4,
that, +3 for the flank, so 7.
plus 6.
Yeah, -1 for the artillery. Yep, so 6. Looks like a +6 attack.
Yeah, I think discretion being the better part of valor, we will attempt to have retreat.
Okay.
Here's his die. It's 4, which I think everything's going to subtract off of that because
It's
he's exhausted.
-2. Yeah, -2 for that, and then -3 for being exhausted. Is it another 1 or 2 off of that?
I think it's
Retreat.
-2 for fatigue.
Yeah. Okay.
Fatigue level 4,
So
so.
yeah, no impact.
And he doesn't flip or anything. He doesn't have exhaustion because he's already tired. And he can go 1, 2, 3.
Can't go into my Zoc there.
Oh, so he's gonna go. Well, he's got Zocs everywhere.
He can go into.
There, 3. Well, 1, 2,
I think he
1,
would.
2,
I think he would have to go. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, right. Yes, to avoid my Zoc. Yeah, so that would be appropriate.
and 3 to there. But now
You're not going
enough
to
of
lose
us.
anything. I mean, you just the highest priority is not into my Zoc. So the only thing you would lose is if you actually had to go through one of my units.
So he's got 1 more to go. So should he just go any of these?
Yeah, whatever the best priority would be. I
That'd
think
be
by
the road,
road.
I guess.
Yeah, right.
And
Yep.
he has to stop there.
Okay. And Wood will absolutely take one of the Williamson hexes. Um, okay, initiative. It's yours.
I'm going to pass. I mean, I'm giving up some points in Williamson County, but
Sure. Okay. Now
we've got
what? I got some movement.
31 points to go, I think.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm looking at the VP. I'm at.
And the sad thing is if you get any Brentwood points, these points come off.
Right. Yeah. So right now I've got 8 points for that, but I'm minus. Let's see. You've got 6 and I've got 10, so I'm -4 in the hole. So basically, I've got 1 hex. Hooray!
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
4 points. 31 points to go. Yikes! All right. How would Thomas do this? Thompson will march. He'll go to fatigue level 1. Here's his movement. 3. So he will go 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. It's yours if you want it.
I'll pass for now.
Okay. Schofield will activate Couch and Cox to 2. Here's their movement +1. Yikes. I do not see this being a successful day. We've got an extended march for Cox +1. Nope. It's just getting better and better and better. Alright, so he loses a manpower. Goes 1, 2, and 3. Couch is extended.
Wow.
Wow. You saw it here first, folks. This is my lucky day.
Yeah,
One,
this is
two, three. All right. Okay, initiative. Mine. Field will activate them both again to three. Here's their movement plus one. Four. Here's Cox extended march now plus two. He's going to lose another manpower. And he goes one, two, three, two, four to there. And Couch will go one. Oh, his extended march. Couch. He's okay. One, two, three, and four. Okay. Initiative. It's mine again. Steedman will march to two, or he'll march to one, looks like. Um, Here's his movement. Five. He's going to go up the hill and lose a manpower.
Could you avoid that by going to 5208?
I wouldn't have the movement to get up the hill.
Oh, what's the cost for a
I
hill?
think five.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to slide. Initiative. It's mine. All right. All right. Wilson's going to activate all the cavalry in range here, except for Knipe. Just these three. There we go. Johnson will have an extended march. Here's her movement plus two. Six. Okay. So our Johnson will go there, there, and G Johnson, his extended march, he's okay. Goes one, two, and five. Initiative. It's yours.
Smith will put up entrenchments. He'll go to fatigue 2. Throw up an abattis. Initiative. It's mine again. I'm sure there's something I should be doing, but I don't see it, so I'm going to pass.
Smith will activate Gerard to two. Here's his movement plus one. Yay, yay, yay. Just doomed to have the worst movement rolls ever. Alright, extended march. He's okay. So we're going to go one, two, and three to there with nothing remaining. Okay. Initiative. It's mine. Alright. Gerard will go to three with Smith. Here's their movement. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Extended march. Yeah. Just why am I even bothering? So they flip. Alright. So I got a two. What would Chalmers like to do?
6,
6 to 1 instead of
5,
9 to 1 now. Yep.
1 per. That's still pretty bad, so we'll have retreat. Take a gamble on the rolling a 1. I should have said it.
I think in both of our minds, it's just like we picture the worst thing. It's like, if you think it, you can do it. Don't think it. Don't
Decrease
do it.
manpower. So there's another manpower loss for me.
Well, so that puts you at. So now we're 1 point differential on that. So, okay.
Um, if I stood, then you would have lost all your movement. That was what I was.
Right.
Still would have lost the manpower. Oh well. 1 to there. Looks like I have to follow 47.9. 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna get him out of there. 5 and 6 to there.
Okay. So Smith did not lose anything.
Yeah. Or
Uh,
if he'd attacked,
right. Okay.
well, I could have potentially lost both of them, I guess, under that scenario.
So we do have a movement point. We got two movement points, so there. We'll just stay there. Uh, Initiative. It's yours.
Okay. We'll take Waffle to E2. Loses entrenchments. Here's his movement. 5. Extend march to 1. He's okay. He's just going to make a min move to there. Initiative. It's mine again. And he's just going to rebuild his entrenchments. Go to fatigue 3. And entrench again. Initiative. It's mine again. We'll take bait to fatigue 2. And he's just going to entrench. Initiative. Mine. I'm going to pass.
My options are dwindling fast.
I think this, I guess a suggestion I would make to the designers is they should have like a Confederate panic rule because you've really accomplished what should be a panic right now. I mean, you've got my guys in a
Mm,
pocket.
right.
I should have to fight my way out of this, I guess is what I'm saying.
If I'm just looking at it, and we could wrap this up in 5 minutes or so. I'll just tell you what I'm thinking, and then we can discuss it after the fact because I mean it will come down to chucking some dice here. Um, I've set up Wood to take the point. Wood against Hood, the title bout, um, and then using Schofield as a very iffy grand assault that would bring in the cavalry to help offset some of that because I think you're at 18 now. Let's see.
You can't use Schofield to bring in the cavalry.
That's right. So I'd have to bring Thomas down close,
You have to bring Thomas down there.
which is not hard at this point.
Yeah.
But but then
I guess from I'll just add, I don't see anything for me to do now other than to take
to dig
the attack.
right, exactly. Because I'm either gonna just keep beating my head against the wall. You've defended that pocket pretty solidly, so I'm either gonna force you out of Brentwood, in which case I'm gonna
Yeah.
get maybe 15 points. I just don't see how I can get 35 at this point.
If you
But
kick me out of Brentwood, you do start that opens up the line of communication though.
right, but you've got 3 units adjacent to it, so those are acting as bridges.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's gotta have a friendly Confederate unit that acts as a bridge, just like in previous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think that the trick on this one is I have to get in and flank you super fast and cut everybody off in Davidson County, or I've got to get got to get there first. It's with the mostest,
Yeah,
as our friend Forrest would say. Um, so I'm content to try here. I just think
yeah.
I'm gonna make my manpower losses quite bad. So uh, Elliot will march, and he will carry Thomas somewhere with a 5. Here's his extended march. Don't care. He's gonna lose manpower. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to there. Um, Initiative. It's yours.
Let's see if it's digging anybody in is going to accomplish anything, and I don't see it.
In hindsight, I probably should have moved Thomas during the leader transfers. I'm sure there are many more experienced players saying, "Yes, Patrick, that is correct." But at the time, I just, that was my short-sightedness.
Well, it's hard to see how this is going to play out.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm just going to pass.
Okay.
I may be missing something, and people can comment below.
No, I mean I've told you what I'm going to be doing, so I
Yeah,
don't know that there's anything I can achieve with Schofield and with Cox and Couch at 3. So we'll move Elliot again, just to kind of bring Thomas around. Here's his movement. It's 4. Here's his extended march now +2. he's okay. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. Okay, it is yours officially.
I'll pass. I'll just.
Okay. So I could take a couple swipes at this. So we'll try this first. Schofield will attempt an assault with Cox. So I'll go to fatigue level 4. Here's the attempt. And it comes off with the -2. Um, and it will be against Stevenson, obviously. Couch, then let's try the Grand Assault. So we'll try that. And that is denied. He says no to himself. So Cox will go in by himself. And he's going to have a +1 for assault, a +1 for tactical, -1 for ratio. And then I've got all 6 hexes around him covered, but they're all basically going to come off for friendlies, so I get the +1. So +1 for a final flank. And then artillery, you've got 1.5, and I've got 3, so I'm going to lose 1 in artillery. So I see 1, 2, 3 up and 2 down.
Or +1.
+1. Hoping to get Stevenson out of there, but we'll see. Here's +1 Union, and he gets him out of there barely.
On a 6 is a DR for me.
Okay. And I had 5, so just a DA for me. But that helps build that flank that I need.
He has to retreat. Who's his entrenchments? He retreats. I think there's a road. Just goes north. And he has to do another road. Yep, straight north to there.
So we'll do that. Okay.
Okay.
All right, initiative. It's yours.
Well, I will put up a flank suffused with Roaring will go to fatigue 2.
Of course, that will be an
Extend
extend.
march. 4, he's okay. We'll put a flank suffused marker on him.
I have a feeling that I wasn't going to get anything more than 1 out of that anyhow, but it's still good.
Initiative. It's mine. I think the thing for me to do, is to pass at this point, because I think we're fighting it for Brentwood, and I think if I moved a unit in there, I would give you a +1, right, for more flanking.
I believe so. That's right. Yeah, from either one of those sides, right?
But yeah, I'm just going to pass, and we'll
Okay.
play it out.
Sure. All right. Thompson will go to 2. Here's his march. 4.
Thompson. Where's Thompson?
He's one of the little
Oh,
Department of Etowah. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Initiative. It's yours.
I'll pass.
Okay. I'll go to fatigue level 3. Thompson will. Movement. There's a 6. Here's extended march +1.
6. You get 1s when you need 6s, and 6s when you need 1s.
Fine.
I guess it's one way to balance out if there's something wrong with the Vassal dice roller. It's gonna.
Right. All right. So initiative. It's mine. All right. So let's just not delay the inevitable here. Wood will go take Kimball to 2, to 3 rather. He will make an assault attempt on Hood. Here's the attempt. It comes off. All right. So we're going to have that. Now he sends a courier through Woodlawn to Thomas saying, can you coordinate some other people, please? So here's the grand assault attempt from Thomas. And it comes off with 2 extra hexes. Hurrah! So we're going to have +1 assault. Tactical is a wash. I am now bringing everybody. I'm bringing Thompson's brigade and all of Wilson's cavalry in from those 2 hexes. So we got 5 and another 6 is 11, and 14. And you are at 18?
Get my calculator.
so, so it's
Okay. So
a
I've got
3, a 12, and a 3. So
3 plus 12
you got
plus
15.
15 is what I have.
So I didn't even need to bring Thompson in. Uh,
And I've got 4,
so let's see.
6 and
Yeah,
a half.
I probably want to stay on the 11 column. So we'll leave Thompson out then, and we'll just bring in the cavalry. Send in the cavalry. All right. So officially, I've got it. So it's 11 to 18, which is a -1 ratio. I've got a +1 final flank with all that, because you can never be reduced more than that. And artillery is a -1 in rolling, I think. So I've got a 0 attack, if that's what I'm seeing. Assault, final flank are my positives. Ratio and artillery are my negatives.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So here we go. Even roll. Comes down to this, folks. You've waited 3 hours for this. Of course, you won't see it as 3 hours, but this is where it's going. Union on the left. And it's a big old failure.
Wow.
So that is a
-3.
-3. Yeah, that's my luck tonight. -3 on 11 is 2D. So I'm going to say congratulations to you, sir. There we go. All right. So let's do our final thoughts and final VP calculation, because I know you've got the spreadsheet up.
I've got you at with 7 manpower.
I have got, yes, 7 manpower losses to your 3.
3. So it's -14 Union and 9. So you get +9 for the Confederate. And then you've got 2 hexes in Williamson County. So that's worth 8 points.
So I see a -5 for my manpower and +8, right? They're each 4
+8.
Yeah, so a 3? I got a 3?
Yeah. No, wait. You get any credit for Cox? Is that next to the hex? Is there anything for Brentwood being a unit next to the hex?
No, because he's on the Davidson side. He's got to be those 3 have to be on the Williamson side. So where Wilson is where I needed another
Okay.
infantry unit. So yeah, so it looks like I got 8 up and 5 down for
Yeah.
3. So that's a Confederate.
Decisive victory.
Wow, look at that.
Best game I've had in a while. Looking at this map, I don't feel like this is a victory for me.
Yeah, this is definitely a head scratcher for me. I mean, it's one of those things where I felt fairly confident in some of the attacks, but it was not my night with the Vassal die roller. It was just all low rolls for. It really was. It was low rolls for movement. It was high rolls for extended march,
Yeah.
and most of the combat was either really close or just when I needed it. And of course, we're always going to say that when I needed it most, it forsakened me. Yeah.
And there was a key stretch where I won initiatives that let me get back to Brentwood and
Yes.
build something of a defense line.
Right.
I kind of screwed the defense line up a little bit, but it didn't end up hurting me because yeah, your movement rolls and didn't pan out on day 2.
Right. I think as we get farther into our long journey here, I think it's good for. I like to just point out my foibles, the things that I did wrong, where I was, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, where I was short-sighted. I thought the opening bit was historical and things were going really swimmingly on the Confederate left. I think I did risk Jay Moore out there, just kind of twisting him out there, and I was very very happy when you decided not to make the attack from John's, with Lee. That would have put me in a really bad spot early on. That, and I think the command structure there on the day two with not moving Thomas to somewhere a little better. Basically, I figured Schofield had the eastern flank, and I thought, well, when I need Thomas, I will get him somewhere, but I realistically should have put him with Smith again or something so that he would have that mobility early on. That one breakout moment when you pulled Lowry back, and I said, ooh, I hope he doesn't, because I was about to go activate Kimball, I think it was, and throw Schofield on there. And I was going to come down that pike and mess with Lee. And then you pulled Lee out because I was like, oh, got
Oh,
to.
that was
Yeah, I
I
was.
was sweating that decision, and kind of just at the start of the night, I was concerned about getting my people back in a way that they didn't leave somebody hanging, and
Right.
I was like, boy, I gotta get. And your position of Morgan there was, or Moore, I should say, Jay Moore was a real sticking point because on the one hand, I wanted to attack him, but it is, we discussed, I was just driving him closer to Brentwood, and I should have covered up Brentwood. A mistake I made with, where is he now?
Chalmers. Oh, off the side. Yeah.
Rucker. Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have done that like right out of the bat, and I think that's is covered Brentwood with Rucker.
I'm writing this down for next week. Move
And
Chalmers to
just
Brentwood.
park him there. Don't
Right.
try to do anything else with it.
Right.
Just to keep that scenario from happening where a unit gets behind me and then you gotta get somebody in front of him. And of course, you got to do a great job.
Well, I think you did an excellent job when we got into close quarters here on day two. That to not make capricious moves, but to actually dig. And that is one of the great things about the 1864 scenarios
Uh,
is when
I,
all things being equal and you can't move, you either throw up a flanks refused or you dig, right?
it's been slow getting in my head. That is a tool in the toolbox.
Right. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
even that one little one where well, two things there in Brentwood where Smith said, "I'm going to build an abattis," and I was like, "Oh," because I was counting on an attack at 15. Now it's 18, and then you were like, "Oh, Loring's going to throw up a flanks refuse," and like, ah, So literally, it's just chipping away at all of my little
and those are some
possibilities.
things I should have been doing while I was passing, trying to think. I know it's something I should be doing.
Right. Right.
But this was for a two turner. These short scenarios in this campaign have been real head scratchers. Starting with the first one. Um,
Well, like you, I'm certainly not questioning the scenario design, but I'm looking at this map going, well, you've got
yeah,
them.
this is
If they're trying to
yeah,
escape and you're trying to prevent them from escape, then yeah,
yeah. This I think maybe there should be something about. I think the ore in the LOC. If we made that, if he took Brentwood out of that, what would happen?
sure. Yeah,
Uh,
if I cut you off completely from Columbia now, I've just earned 24 victory points
yeah,
based on what I've got. So you have to, uh, and not being able to go into hex line 44, obviously that is meant to do something with the Columbia line. So I'm just curious in the early play testing of this, how that was derived. That what is the Confederate strategy
yeah.
aside from what you did, which is kind of turtle up at Brentwood.
Yeah, which was kind of the other thing when I read this. It was like, well, that means the Union player can simply completely ignore the fact that I could potentially make a dash in there and do something, right? Should be worth something.
You would think. I mean, I was certainly playing it as though with some of those rear units, like, well, I need to have some things spaced out with a Zoc fence to prevent you from going back.
Yeah.
But then after a while, I was like, well, they can at least come in and help maybe. But yeah, this one's going to take a few plays for me to try to, or at least to see other people playing it too, or to hear feedback from other players. So that's what you guys are for out there in YouTube land. If you've played the scenario, or if you've analyzed it, or if you're a scenario designer of this one, perhaps, I would love to hear your
I,
thoughts on this.
yeah, this is one I'd like to kind of hear how they did the playthrough.
It is obviously structured to force the Union player to be aggressive. That I have no doubt about, and
Hmm.
and clearly early on, it's like, well, I'm going after Ecto, right? Or Chalmers or somebody up there. So you start picking off that guys, and then my goal was to roll up that left flank, but you started doing the fighting withdrawal, which was good. And then I transitioned, I pivoted to let's see if I can get some cavalry units back there to prepare for cutting off units. But again, my mindset was like, oh, I'm cutting them off from Columbia, not cutting them off from Brentwood. So I should have probably moved them closer in with a little bit of peril, because knowing that you're going to come out of your entrenchments and now try to go after my cavalry.
Mm.
So there's a few things that I don't know how much I would do differently. I mean, I'm looking at it. I was like, I got a whole wall of blue behind you. I just
Well, again,
didn't.
this is when the Confederate Army panicked, and I mean, I guess there would have been a whole. I guess they did a whole down the. I think they ran down the pike. There was like they did have a road, and everybody was running down the road here. But yeah, this would have been game over in 1864. This is what Thomas would have wanted to have happen.
Right. So if the goal is to make the Union player set up stage a lot of battle superiority, high percentage ones with +3 +4, that kind of stuff with flanks. You're I think that's asking a lot for a two turner, but that's I mean I'm not at all inferring that this should be changed at all. I'm just trying to wrap my head around like, okay, if my goal is Brentwood, how do I achieve that if the Confederate player does exactly what you did? It's like, I mean, I'm just throwing men into the meat grinder here, and that's like Atlanta is ours, right? That's the Battle
Oh
of Ezra Church or Kennesaw Mountain or something. It's just like, and these forces aren't really set up for that. I guess I don't know.
yeah, I'll have to spend some time looking at this for my take at the Union to see because I would have done what you did. That opening was like there. That's why Thomas did it.
I mean, my next possible thing, if I wasn't just chucking the dice there for Brentwood, was I had Schofield. Now he could potentially. Unfortunately, he has to make couch march, so attack on the march with now losing a bunch more manpower probably, but he's flanking Lee now, so that'd be a +3. So I could push Lee back towards Nashville, and maybe that's what I needed to do just to earn, you know, what 12, however many per division that is, 8. No, it's 3. Uh, so eh, I don't know. I'm curious to see what you can do with it next week, and seeing what you've done now, how much that will certainly influence my playthrough of it. But we hope you have enjoyed this out there, and look forward to hearing your thoughts and comments. And if you haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, that is the only thing we ask you to do each and every week. Click the like button if you enjoyed it. Any final thoughts for tonight before we set it up for next week?
No, I think this was a. I mean, it was a tough one. I
Mm-hmm.
think, but that's fine. That's what
Sure,
they're.
sure.
It was. It was enjoyable as always.
I did a lot of work for 3 victory points, man. I got to tell you. Got to tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah. At the end, yeah, to only have
My
three.
cost benefit analysis of this one is going to be quite stark, I think. Great game tonight, and I look forward to next week.
Yep, same here.
All right, we'll see you all later.
Bye bye.
Bye.